Welcome to the book party. I am so excited that you guys are all here and joining us for the book party. The purpose of this video is just for me to hop on and introduce myself real quick, put a face to the name of the book lady who's helping you out with this book party. We're gonna look at some fun books. We're gonna talk about ways to save. We're gonna talk about what to expect from the party, and it's gonna be a great time. So go ahead and comment if you're watching and tell us where you're tuning in from, and then we can catch up and see who all is here and who all is watching and hanging out in the book party. If you do not know me, I am Jenna. I have been married to my husband. We just had our 10-year wedding anniversary. So that's super exciting. We've got 3 kiddos. They are 8, almost 5, and 2.5. And we homeschool our kiddos. We're just starting off a new homeschool year with them. And I also work part-time as an occupational therapist, and I also am a book lady. So we have a lot going on here, but it is all good stuff. And I first joined PaperPie a little over a year ago when a friend of mine asked me if I wanted to host a party to get some free books to stock up for the school year. And moms in general, especially homeschool moms, we could always use more books, right? So of course I jumped at that opportunity. And when I hosted the party, it was just so fun and easy. And I was like, you know what? I think I could do this. I think I could really enjoy sharing these books with other people. And so I decided to take the plunge and become a book lady. And here I am. Over a year later, I've earned significant income for my family. I've earned a trip to Bermuda that my husband and I went on. All sorts of fun things, tons of books for my kiddos. I have a giant box of birthday gifts for both of my 2 oldest that I got for free, just from being a brand partner. So it's really fun, and I would love to share more information if anybody has ever had questions or been curious about what a side hustle like this might look like for you. So if you have any questions, I'd love to answer those for you. We are gonna get to, okay, real quick, I'll talk about the structure of the party. So hopefully you've been seeing the posts in the page. Ordering is going to be open for a couple of days, and please reach out to me if you need any help with recommendations or which sales are the best or anything like that. I'd be happy to help you with that. And then we'll wrap up the party in a couple days. So again, please let me know if you have any questions about anything. That is what I am here for. And one of my favorite parts of this whole book lady gig is getting to send personalized book recommendations to people. So I would love if you would tell me, you know, these are my kids' ages, this is what they're into, this is what they're working on, and then I'll make you a lovely little list of books and send it your way. Let's get to the fun stuff. Let's get to the books. Okay. Ooh, where to start? Okay. I kind of go in age order when I do these videos, so just be prepared for that. This is one of Cooper, my 2-year-old, one of his favorites. It is a dinosaur sounds book. So each page tells you a little bit about a different type of dinosaur, and it has 2 little sound buttons on each page. So he likes to do this book in 2 ways. He likes to have me actually sit down and read it to him so he can learn about the Maiasaura and the different dinosaurs. He also likes to just sit there by himself and read it, meaning flip through the pages, push the buttons, and then try to emulate the dinosaur sounds. So we have lots of sound books. This is an Usborne sound book. And fun fact, they do have an on and off switch on the back. So if you want to conserve battery or if you need things to be quiet for a little bit, you can turn off the sound switch. But I love our sound books. They're super interactive and they captivate even a crazy toddler's attention. This is one of our wipe clean books, which is essentially just a dry erase book. And this particular one is 1, 2, 3. So another thing I'm kind of featuring in the video for this month is more educational back to school type things, because we're a lot of us are in that back to school season. So you'll be catching that theme in the books I'm showing you. So this is Wipe Clean 1, 2, 3. This is the 6th page. So you can see we get to trace the number 6. We get to count out 6 pennants, 6 lollipops, 6 cupcakes, 6 leaves on the tree, lots of opportunities for tracing. And the cool thing is this has this little carrying pouch on the front that actually stays on, so the marker can go back in there when you're finished with it, which makes it reusable. You can just erase what you've drawn and reuse it again. We have tons and tons and tons of wipe cleans. There is one that's on the saving shelf category for this month, which is select titles that are 40% off, and that is wipe clean big letters. So working on capital letters. I think I'm gonna get it for Jovi because she's working on writing her letters and getting better at the shapes. So these are normally $8. So if you get the one that's 40% off, that would be like a $5 book, which is a really good deal, especially given that it's reusable. Another set that I love, this is called Fun with Numbers. We have Fun with Numbers and Fun with Letters. And this is more of like a hands-on kit. It comes with these flashcards and the little numbers that go in them. And then it comes with these manipulatives that they can use as counting sticks, like 10 sticks. And then addition problems, even if they're to that point where they can practice addition with a little whiteboard marker. And it's a good, kids always seem to learn better hands-on. At least for me, my kids do, when they have something they can hold in their hands and manipulate rather than just staring at a page with a pencil. And so I love these kits for that because they feel like they're playing a game, but in reality, they are reinforcing the things that you're working on with them or the things that they're working on at school. So I love this Fun with Numbers, and we also have Fun with Letters. Another series we have that I love for sneaky learning is our Big Book series. So this one is Big Book of ABC. We have colors, numbers, ocean animals, nursery rhymes, all sorts of things. But they are big books, and a great thing to know about them is that they have pages that are a little sturdier than usual. It's not quite a board book, but it's definitely sturdier than like a paper book. And you can see this one is ABC, so each page is a letter. It's got all sorts of things that start with that letter, and you could, not tons of words, it's not overwhelming. You can just sit there and talk about jellyfish, jet, and just spend time exploring the letters with your kiddos. That is our Big Book of series. This one, so my oldest this year in geography is learning about his states and capitals. And this is one of our learning wrap-ups, and it's about the states and capitals. So if I knew what the capital of New Hampshire was, I would match it to its appropriate capital. So you can see there's little notches on here. I'm not doing these right, you guys. I need to learn these along with him. And you match to what you think the answers are, and then you flip it over, and you can see it's got those little grooves on it. So if your string is overlaying the groove, you got it right. So again, this is another one of those hands-on learning tools, but it's self-correcting. So it's a good way for your kiddo to practice concepts maybe independently. We have states and capitals, we have addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, all sorts of learning wrap-ups. And we also have ones for younger kiddos that it's a larger apparatus. It's like cardboard, and it has the thick yarn, and it would do things like numbers, colors, shapes. So those are good for younger kiddos as well. This is one that my daughter has been loving lately, the almost 5-year-old. This is Muddle and Match. It's a series, and this one is called Imagine. And so it's a mix and match book. So you can see each page, there's 3 different things, a top, a bottom, and a middle. And you can mix and match all the different pages, and it tells you a silly little story for each flap that you're on. So these are really great for imagination and creativity. Your kiddo can create a story with it, or they can just be independently entertained by the endless possibilities of combinations with these. And I love that one of these Muddle and Match books, it's called Muddle and Match Jobs. So it's got like police officer, firefighter, doctor, different things like that. But the same concept, and that is in our free gift category for the month. So that is a category of books where you spend $50 and you get to choose a free book. So this book is $9. So if you are spending $50 and getting a $9 book for free, that's basically almost 20% off your order. So that's a really good deal. These Muddle and Match books are really high quality too. Okay. I love a good read aloud. So I just think there is something so precious about spending time reading aloud together as a family, enjoying a silly book. Everybody's interacting. You're spending FaceTime together without the screen, without, the TV on, whatever it may be. And one book that I have been loving for this lately is one of our newer Nibbles titles called The Very Hungry Book Monster, aka the Red Nibbles book. So if you don't know Nibbles, he is a book monster. He likes to eat books. And so he eats his way into these classic books. And when he eats his way in, he inserts himself into the story. So these books are so fun, so interactive. If your kiddo knows the storyline for how the book is supposed to go, it's all that more silly, because they're like, what? That's not what happened next. So I love this as a family read aloud or a classroom read aloud if you're looking for a good like start of the school year gift for a teacher. It's a really good one for that. This is one of our Shine a Light books. This is Human Body, Shine a Light. And if you haven't seen our Shine a Light books, they are used in conjunction with a flashlight to reveal hidden images. So you can use any sort of flashlight. This is just a Dollar Tree flashlight. And you can see this says a new person is waiting to be born. Can you see her? And when you shine the light behind the page, you can see, sorry, I glitched for a second, has a fact to discover, and then another hidden image is what you see in black and white on the back side. So tons and tons of Shine a Light books on the website if you want to go discover. I love those for like quiet time for older kiddos who maybe have dropped their naps, but you still kind of want them to have some quiet time together or alone. This is one of our phonics readers. It's called Hullabaloo at the Zoo, and these are great for your budding readers who are learning how to read. So there's lots of rhyming, lots of repetition, and the stories are just fun. And one of these is on the free gift category as well this month, and it's called Ted in a Red Bed. Tons and tons of phonics readers. We actually have several phonics collections. It's like a hardback book with several phonics stories in it. That's a better deal if you get that. And all these phonics readers have a QR code on the back where you can scan it and it will actually read it to you out loud. So your kiddo can work on kind of reading along with the book. Lastly, I wanted to show you guys a couple of box sets that we have because again, you get better deals if you do a box set. This is the Usborne Beginners History Collection, and it has 10 books on different historical eras. And these are beginner readers, so you can kind of see on the inside, they're not super packed with words, but it's a great way. Like I had who was 7-year-old last year, read these kind of along with whatever unit we were on, and it just kind of helped fill in some information. And that's only $45 for 10 books, which is a really good deal. The other one I wanted to show is this Usborne Storybook Reading Library, and I promised my son I wouldn't steal the whole thing, so this is just one book. But there are classics like Treasure Island, and they're in 3 categories. 3 different levels. This is the confident reader. And so this one's a little higher level, but that is only $80 for 30 books, which is a crazy deal.